Oh, the mending charm.
The mending charm. To learn about the mending charm, pull up the text with your wand, or just turn the page to start
We've got a
learning to
story!
cast it.
Yay!
The mending charm will repair broken objects with a flick of the wand.
Oculus Reparo.
Accidents do happen, so
Oh,
it is
no.
essential to know how to mend our errors. However, clumsier students should remember that mastery of this charm is no substitute for learning not to break things in the first place.
Breaking the cup. Mug.
Well done.
Cup,
You're
mug.
building an impressive collection of souvenirs.
And Miranda's left us a tale about this spell. Pull up the text to hear it, or just turn the page to start casting. Here we go. Time for a famous tale about the mending charm. Feel like reading a story about this spell? Many repairing and mending charms have been used over the centuries. But the most effective and powerful was invented by Arabella Nutley in the 18th century. A lowly clerk in the Ministry of Magic Improper Use of Magic Department. Arabella's extreme shyness had hampered her in her career. Mousy, almost mute in meetings, and becoming extremely flustered when spoken to. Arabella was given the most mundane tasks at the office, such as filing. What's the most boring job you can think of? Such as filing, dusting, and cleaning out the departmental owls. At home, however, Arabella spent all her free time experimenting with spells, attempting to improve and strengthen the charms of her youth. A freak chance led to the revelation of Arabella's hidden talents. In 1754, two of Europe's most celebrated broom flyers, sworn enemies Torquil MacTavish of Scotland and Silvio Astolfi of Italy, agreed to a public broom race from Aberdeen to Rome. The contest would take place overnight to avoid the attention of muggles.
Pretty Wonga.
And representatives of the governments of both men would gather at the finishing line for what looked likely to be a spectacular contest. Arabella was invited along to oversee the luggage and arrange the port keys. The climax of the race was just as exciting as foreseen, but not for the reasons predicted. At close to daybreak, Astolfi and MacTavish appeared over the horizon, heading towards the Colosseum. It was at this point that a fight broke out among excitable supporters of both wizards. Precisely what happened is hotly contested to this day, but a large explosion ensued, and when the smoke cleared, Silvio Astolfi had been turned into a... Oh dear. I don't think so. Try the other tab. Yes, Astolfi had been turned into a chicken. Poor Torquil MacTavish's knees were on back to front, and the Colosseum lay in ruins. For a few horrific minutes, it appeared that the assembled crowd had witnessed the greatest breach of the International Statute of Secrecy ever known. Not only were they at a loss to know how to repair such massive damage, but the sound of the explosion had already woken half of Rome. It was then that Arabella Nutley came quietly forwards and, with a few waves of her wand, reconstructed several columns with the use of her own repairing charm. Stunned at its efficacy, the governmental ministers begged her to teach them how to use the new spell. And by the time the first anxious muggles had dressed and rushed to the scene, they found nothing but the Colosseum in exactly the state they had last seen it, and a few oddly dressed men trying to soothe the distressed chicken. Arabella received the Order of Merlin First Class, and her mending charm has been in widespread use ever since.
Go Arabella! Yeah!
I always liked that story. Ready
I
to
like
learn
that
to
story.
mend by magic for yourself?
I like that story. The story was nice.
Right, turn the page and let's look at how you cast the mending charm.
It's the final page, so it's just on this page, I guess.
Let's learn the gesture and incantation to mend by magic.
You need to learn the magic words for the spell. Point at the glowing words with your wand, then pull the T button.
Reparo.
The incantation for the mending charm is Reparo. Now you try the incantation, nice and clearly. 3, 2, 1, go!
Reparo.
I can't hear you. Try saying the incantation.
Nah. Da.
Try saying it one more time.
Vosroda!
Never mind, we can try that later.
Oh well.
You're ready to learn the spell shape. Pull up the
Yes.
picture on the page.
Looks like a square.
To cast Reparo, move your wand in a square, beginning from the bottom left. Good stuff.
Can you trace the shape again from memory? That wasn't it. Once more.
I know. Wow, okay.
That's it. Now, with this spell, you just flick your wand at broken objects.
Such as that thing. No need for sellotape.
Doesn't look like this clock needs mending.
I didn't touch it, I swear.
Perhaps I spoke too soon. Flick your wand to cast your new
For the love of God, fix it. Huh, impressive.
magnificently mended.
Reminds me of Braid. But not quite the same.
Interesting specimen.
Oh, goodness. There's more to read about this spell if you want. Pull up the note if you're in the mood. Or you can just turn the page.
Well, that note.
This simple repairing charm will work on most materials. Although certain kinds of damage caused by rare and powerful curses are immune to its effects.
Okay. So, death.
Please note that the mending charm must never
Right.
be used on humans or animals. Extreme scarring may result from attempts to heal wounds with this spell, which is suitable only for inanimate objects.
Understood.
Splendid! I hope you've fixed that in your mind. To move on, close the book and select Chapter 3, Part 2.
Alright. Cool. Wow, that was a very quick first part.
You're doing well. Select Part 2 to move on.